everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mysticon, Board Game Geek, bringing you episode number 2, Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift. As you know, I did the first video a few weeks back, and I had to take a break because I had filmed it well before the launch of the relaunch rather, of the Kickstarter for Perdition's Mouth, which is still running. And I did that, and so I had to hold off in playing the video, which means I put something else on the table in between, and now I'm back to this to complete this mission. Now, as you know, we had to come into this entrance. There's some cultists walking around. We snuck in here. We're trying to get through. All we have to do is escape out the other side. That's it. It's a simple mission. Now, this mission is also the first mission. It is easy. It is meant to be an introduction. I could have made it harder, but chose not to, just for demonstration purposes. As always, I want to say this is not an instructional video. I got some posts about, can you share this, can you do this, can you talk to these things. I can, absolutely, but I want to be clear that this is a gameplay video, not an instructional video. I'm not here to specifically teach you how the game plays with expertise, because I am not an expert at this game. However, I am here to show you how the game plays from someone who's picking it up and playing it and having fun. So that said, I will mention a couple of things. One is that you can, something that is important to talk about, because I haven't needed to do it in this so far, is you can assist each other with cards and things of that nature. And we may get into that. We may have the opportunity to do that. We'll see. And like I said, this is also the easiest of the missions. It's just an introduction to get you going, and it's not really meant to clobber you like some of the later ones will do. So, if you're not good at it. So anyway, let's get started. We're going to jump right in. We're going to start with the hero phase. We just wrapped up. Our guys had moved out in the hallway. We did take out one of these acolytes. Now that another one has come up out from underneath the sewer, or wherever they're coming from, some tunnel, into this space, and they're trying to get out here. And if they get out here, then our threat level raises. So we need to prevent them from doing that. And that's what we got to do. So that said, we're going to start taking some actions. Now, here's the good news. We got plenty of movement. We got lots of stuff going on, and I think our first character up is going to be Niffle, because he's got something important to do, and that is try and take out a guard before the guard gets to attack us. So Niffle does have 8 actions. He's got a range of 1 to 4. He's got 8 actions, and he's a pretty tough guy. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start to move him. Now, I have to play any movement cards first now, but he does have 8 actions. So let's go to the rondel and see where he's going to go. Well, where he's going to go is he's going to go once. This is 1 action, 2 actions. He's going to go right to here, where he's going to get to take a move. He's going to charge, move, and attack. Okay, so here's how we're going to do that. Now, again, that gives him 6 actions to be able to do something with, but he's close enough where he's not going to need to play any more cards for movement. You have to play those movement cards before you actually move your character, but he is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to right there. Now remember, ultimately we want to cross into here, but we have this guard here. Now if I don't kill that guard this turn, he's going to move away from us, but I think we're going to be okay, because I am going to play an attack card. Now remember, he's got a range of 1 to 4. This guy is definitely within range of him now, and it is going to, and I'm going to play this. This poison dagger is a 2 damage, 2 attack plus a card. So that is going to, now the guard himself, just so you can I can give you a refresher. Let's take a look at the guard. The guard has 2 health, so, but he also has 2 defense. So I'm probably going to need to play another card with this, I think. And I can play this one. He can also play his diligence. That's going to give him a total of 5. Now, currently, with no extras, that would kill the guard, but the guard's going to get to draw a response card, as am I, per the poison dagger. So the guard, remember, we have to do 2 health, and he's got 2 armor. So we're right now 1 up. However, that may not go our way. So I'm going to put those cards right out there. Then we're going to grab the response deck. I'm going to draw our response card first, see what we get. Oh, we got a +3. That is outstanding. Now this would have an effect if it was being drawn on the enemy phase, but it doesn't. So right now I think we're gonna easily kill this guard. Let's see what he gets. He got a +2, so that gave him a 6, but we had a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we killed the guard. When I say 6, again, 2 armor, 2 health, plus the 2 on the response card. So we would have had to do enough damage, and we did. So he is killed, and he goes to the dead pile over here, and he is done. That is actually going to be Nifl's turn. Now he is going to get rid of both these cards, so hopefully we're gonna have to rest with him pretty soon. But he is unwounded, which is nice. And so these two cards are also going to get discarded, and that is going to wrap up Nifl's turn. That was a really good turn. We took out a guard in one shot. That's always helpful. Now I don't know that we need to take all these guards out. We just need to get away, which means that I think we're going to go next with. Oh wait, before we do that, the thing we do to wrap that up is we turn this around to show that Nifl has completed his turn. That way we don't make a mistake of taking another turn with him. Now, this is the token for Elisa, and I think we're going to go with her next because that will free up this charge spot for our guy Bastion, and we can do something pretty effective there as well. So, what will we do with her? That's the question of the day. I think what we're going to do... Hold on. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with her. She has 5 actions currently, and we're not going to need very many, which is good. Now she has a range of 1 to 6. Now what we're going to do is we're going to spend 1 action to skip over this spot here, a 2nd action to go to this aimed shot spot, which gives an attack with +1 damage and 1 movement point. Then we're going to take her Elvish Dagger, and we're going to throw it at this Acolyte. It's 3. Now the Acolyte has 1 hit point and 1 armor, so we got to do it. I mean, unless the response card screws us up, we are taking this guy out. If your attack deals damage, return this card to your hand. That's pretty good. And I'm looking to see now. Unfortunately, we don't. Now we're going to get a +1. So right now we're at a 4 versus their 2. So if they get a 2, we're going to be tied, and we're not going to kill it. Odds are they're going to get a 2. So I'm trying to figure out if I can do anything else to help deal with that. Because if we don't do the damage, we're going to lose our Elvish Dagger, and that's no bueno. Well, I think we could take a chance. Let me think about that. Okay, so we're going to give it a shot. It's a risk. Most of the cards are average of 2, but there's +1s, +0s, and then +3s and others as well. So she's got a range of 6. That's 1, 2. She's just spent 2 of her 5 actions. She won't get to spend any more of those this turn. She's going to throw her Elvish Dagger for 3. She's got +1, so it's a 4. And then this guy gets to draw a response card. Right now his defense is 1. +1. All right. Okay. +1. That means we did kill the Acolyte. He is going to be kaput as well. I'm putting him in the dead pile. And then, as the last part of her action, she gets to move 1 space. She will simply move right there and get out of Bastion's way as he tries to come through the hallway. And because she did damage, this goes back to her hand. That's a really, really powerful weapon. That's nice. But, you know, those guards are very likely to move out pretty soon and come attack us. We'll see. In fact, almost certainly going to happen. So we might want to, if we can, we might want to move Bastion in to get them. So let's take Bastion's turn, actually. Here's where the important decision-making comes in, right? So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to spend... Now, Bastion has 6 actions to start with. It's going to cost 1, 2. We're going to go to here and charge, but he's not going to be able to get far enough to and then attack. Well, he might be able to. Let me think. He could, but man, he's just not going to get much of an attack here. Okay, let's see. I think we're going to play this 3 card for movement. It's called Battle Tactics, and that is going to give him... he spent 2, so it's going to give him 6 points of movement. Let's see if that'll do it for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It gets him in the door. It means he's just going to get attacked, most likely by the guards. But I don't want... He's got the most health, and I don't want our girl Lisa, who's got the least health, to take hits. So I think we're going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now he's 2 away from Elisa. Elisa could help, but she doesn't really have any cards to help him with. She could aid. Moving Nifl that far away was probably a mistake. I was going to beeline for the door, but then I realized we were about to have Elisa in trouble, and she could actually get killed by those guys. So that is where we end up. He has 0. He only has a range of 1, so he can't attack any further. And I think that's really going to be it for him. Unfortunately, He spent this card. That's the first card he spent. So basically, he just got in the doorway to take hits. Hopefully, it doesn't do too much to him, because I'm pretty sure unless I draw a really bad response card, these guys are going to attack. So that's it for the players. So when you finish the players and you've done all your other things, the next thing you do is you go to the enemy phase. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a response card and go to their rondel. Okay, so we're going to draw a response card, which is, it's only a +1. That is actually really good for us, because all it means is that went to there, and these bad guys are going to do nothing but move. Okay, so what are the movement tactics of the guards? It says they try and stay 3 away from the character. So he can't get out. That's blocked. They can't move diagonal, so he can go 1, 2, 3. He is 3 away here. This guy's 1, 2. He's going to have to move. They have a movement of 3, so he'll go 1, 2. He really can't get far enough away, so he's just going to back to there, I guess. Let me show you what I'm talking about. On the wrong place. Okay, they were here and here. This guy's just going to back up to here. This guy's just going to back up to here. There's really no place they can go. They backed into the room out of fear because that big brute is coming toward them. But they didn't actually attack, so we got lucky there. They backed in and they're just afraid of what's going on. So, guys, that actually is going to end our round. That was a pretty quick round because everybody else is dead. There are no more spawns for the enemies. So we're going to conclude this turn right there and go back around to our next turn. Now, as you know, we took every player's actions, just trying to make sure I'm not missing something. We took the enemy's actions. There was no increased threat because we killed the cultist before he got out. Nifl's a little far away, but he's getting close to the exit. I'll probably beeline everybody for the exit pretty soon, but we're going to have to do some resting, I think, as well. It's going to be really hard to do. I think the only person that can actually succeed at a rest right now would be, unless we want to move too much, I think. Well, we'll keep going and see. Let's keep going. Okay, so first up, I do think we're going to go with, now those guards are going to attack next turn. There is no question about it. But I really can't move anywhere, so unless I go with Elisa. Now, it's still not going to matter. Well, we are going to go with Elisa. She is going to go. But she will not be able to attack those guys. She has no line of sight. Well, she might. Let's take a look at this. And this is where things get really interesting. I'm going to take a card and take a look. Does she have line of sight on that guy? I think she does. Look. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think she does have line of sight on him. She could throw her dagger at that guard if she's able to attack. Let me look at one of these other actions on the rondel. I'm looking at, let me show you quickly, this action here, this bash. Now, I don't think, let's see how well this will work for her. Bash. Attack with a bonus, which, yeah, this shows it gets a bonus of a card, right? Of a response card. Push the target 1 square to move the target 1 square. Well, I just want to kill him. And she could literally take that action, not move, throw her dagger. What is the little... I don't think she can actually do that. I think it's a melee attack only. It has this symbol here, only. I don't think she can actually do that. It's got to be a melee attack. Let me just clarify that real quick. Yes, this can only be performed by a melee hero. This can only be performed by a ranged hero. So only Bastion can actually do this attack. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to start with Elisa again. She's going to go, remember, she has a total of 5 actions. She's going to go 1, 2. That leaves her with 3. We're going to go to there. That is the move space. Let's make sure everybody's tokens are turned out so I know I'm taking their turns correctly. Okay, and then that move action, draw 1 card, then move. So actually I should have drawn a card first. This is not a response card, is it? No, this is one of her cards, so she gets to draw this Smiting Fist card, which goes into her pile, and then she gets to move. Now, I am not going to spend any cards on her movement, which means she's going to move 3 spaces, which is all I need. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now what I want to do is get her to teleport. She needs to get to use her special ability soon, and her special's coming up. So I got to make sure not to clog up the special space because her blink ability will allow her to get over this quickly. Okay, let's then go on to Bastion. He's going to have to do something pretty dramatic here, I think. He's got to get out of the way. Well, the problem is that, yeah, she didn't move far enough for that, for him to get truly out of the way. We want to draw them out. We can draw them out. Okay, here's what we can do. Okay, Bastion is going to spend 1, 2, I guess this counts as 1, 2, 3 points to get to here as well. Oh, by the way, she is done. He's going to do that as well and get to this spot. That means he's going to draw a card first. Spit in Death's Eye. It's a 1 and you can draw a card. Okay, so that goes into his hand. And then he's going to move. Now, he spent 2, 3 already. That gives him 3 spaces of movement, which is all he needs because he wants to go 1, 2, and 3 back to here just to get out of the way of the guards. And then that actually ends his turn. Not a very eventful turn, is it? Then I think for our guy Niffle is, he'd have to do some pretty big stuff to move. So I think what we're going to do with Niffle is he's just going to spend one of his actions to get to here and take the rest action, which means we're going to take his discards, we're going to shuffle them into his deck, and then he's going to drop to his hand limit of 5. Now he's already got, right now he's only got 2 cards in hand, so that'll be good. So he doesn't really need to move right now, so that was a good play for him, and then next time he can do a move action, spend some cards on it, and get some big movement. Okay, I'm going to cut one more time. We're going to draw 1, agility, so he's got 2 more to go. Parkour. This turn you never have to spend more than 2 to move into a square. That's good. And then find weakness. So he can boogie. He'll be able to hustle next turn. He's got a good set of cards there. And that's going to end the turn for our players this round. Now we're going to move to the villains and see what they do. Okay, they are going to attack this turn, but I made sure there's no one within range. Just double check that. I don't think... No, she's not in range there. Okay, good, good. Okay, so let's draw a response card. Oh, it's a 0, but that means something. I got to look that up. I don't remember. It means something when you're on a monster, when you draw that. I got to look it up. I'll be right back with that. Okay, guys, so when you get the red symbol on there, it means that the enemies are allowed, during the enemy turn, are allowed to move something forward. So basically, what happens here is we get to first... If the eye appears on the card, we get to first move, and we get to choose 2 enemies from the reserve pool. That's this pool here. And we get to move them, 1 to the reserve and 1 to the primary. So we're going to take one of these guys and move them forward. We're going to take these acolytes and move them up like that. That seems to be make the most sense, so that we can try and avoid fighting any creatures if we can. You know, in that case, it doesn't say. I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, we get to choose on the enemy spawn. I think we get to choose the weakest. I'm going to look at that just to be sure. I want to make sure that we're not making mistakes, because I took a gap in between playing here, and I'm probably going to make a mistake or 2. Pick a monster. During the primary pawn, the heroes pick the monster, right, so we're okay. Alright, yeah, we're going to obviously pick the weakest monsters. By the way, when I reset up, I forgot this door, but I checked, and we had enough to open the door and move in. It wasn't a locked door or anything, so we just have to spend a point to get in there. We could have easily done that. Okay, so that is the end of the round for the enemies, because they got a 0, which means they didn't move or anything. Unfortunately, this is turning out extremely easy for us. However, that's going to be the end of this video and the end of this series of turns. So we're going to end by making sure to do the one thing I forget, which is turn these in to show that they completed the turn. We took the enemy turn. The enemies didn't get to do anything. That's amazing, which means they're probably about to wallop on us. And we got a spawn coming up soon, but it's going to be an acolyte. If we clear that hallway and the acolyte gets out before we do, we're going to have a problem. And our challenge is, that's rough terrain. It takes us extra movement to get over that. I'm not that worried about that, actually, because everybody can make it. I haven't even been attacked yet. Again, this is an introductory scenario. I can't stress that enough. This game is actually pretty difficult in the good ways. And difficult in the sense that there's a lot of choices, and you can see that. It's just we're playing a scenario that doesn't require too much of that yet. once you get into the next scenario, or even if I played the other side entrance one, it's tougher. So guys, let's end here. We're gonna stop right there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I always appreciate it, guys. Please do not forget to visit my Patreon page. I mean it. If all you guys just threw me $5-10, I'd have this awesome studio event for you guys. It's gonna be pretty incredible what I'm capable of doing. I've worked it all out. I just need to get the cash flow coming to make it happen. It's gonna be awesome. And also on top of that, don't forget my new channel, which I'm moving all of my video games related stuff to another channel, even those that are related to board games, so I don't muddle them. That's called Doug's Digital Board, and you can find it there. I've posted a live video of Tomb of Annihilation there. The one I did on my main channel yesterday, I posted it over there. Start working through that. I may post 1 or 2 more live videos on the main channel just to get the traffic flowing, but the point of it is to move all of that traffic over to this new channel. So this channel is just about board games and role-playing games, which we'll talk about at some point in the near future. And that means I'm streaming all these things, this live stuff I'm talking about. I stream it on Twitch. I'm now streaming on Twitch anyway. I stream it on YouTube, and I'm using Restream to make sure that happens. So both got all the tools I need. I can't wait. I'm getting ready to put up a Dresden Files accelerated role-playing game that I'm going to run. If you've ever played that, if you ever read the books, Dresden Files, they're awesome. One of my favorite book series. And lastly, don't forget to check the cards up in the corner. I'm going to post a link there for the Perdition's Mouth Kickstarter, as well as highlight some other horror games that are being played right now, because this is part of my dark, sinister horror type game. Even though this is a dungeon crawler, it's got a really dark theme to it with this insectoid cult and everything. So, all right, guys, thanks again. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time.